Yeah, I hope we find power in our new day because every day is an opportunity for us to go out there. And somehow, 365 days, it's like a roller coaster. Every day you have to get up and do something. They say if you don't, well, you're not living life. And you really do want to live life. It's the morning show on Vicinity 95, here at Vicinity 95.3 FM, Kejile Jesha State. And this morning, well, stress is not something that we're not used. It's something we're used to. It's
Yes.
a common thing we experience every now and then. It's not how you have a perfect life and you will not be stressed.
Like
Even
it's already
then,
in our blood.
the greatest of all men are stressed. Abi?
Yes.
The greatest of all men, the big guns, they're at some one point in time in their lives that they have faced, a situation where they feel they're stressed. I am OLUWAFUNKE Israel. It's good to be here this morning.
Yeah, good morning. I am Aisha Ibrahim and it's good to be here this morning.
I'm Paul Etienne. Welcome on the show.
All the things that went on holiday. Paul was in Dara in his sleep.
Live and direct.
Paul was in Dara in his sleep, enjoying the holiday. Okay. Now, this morning, according to Business Day, it said Nigeria is the seventh sub-Saharan Africa country with most stressed employees. So let's even pick it from the place of, work. Because one thing that usually stress people is work.
Work.
Yes.
It's work.
Mhm.
And there's no how you would not go out there and do something. Even if you have to sit down, if you find somebody who even have maybe money or you have enough and you say you want to sit down, let me just enjoy. Even when you have all the time to yourself, you still feel something is missing.
Listen, yeah.
Can somebody be stressed out of relaxation or just having a moment to yourself? No work, no workload, no disturbing yourself.
I doubt to.
You can't be stressed.
I don't
think
think.
so.
I don't think you can be stressed because.
Although you might be
You'll be
thinking
concerned that
that's
hey,
I'm
I'm not
supposed to
making
do
money,
this
I'm
thing.
just sitting down
I'm
here
just
enjoying
sitting
it.
down.
if you are not
understand?
making money, that one is different. But if you are making the money, of course, money
Can't be
is
stressed.
coming in.
While
That is not
relaxing.
stress now. You can just, travel out, go to vacation places, and just relax.
And you know that yes, money is still
Money is coming in,
accounts.
and you know that okay, fine. Even if you are not, you have someone that is handling these things, and the business is booming.
At least money is coming inside. It's coming in.
So, who likes stress?
So one of the factor contributing to stress at workplace is people are doing the work they do not enjoy or like. And there is this common saying that if you are out there, to earn a living, you should be about what will bring food to your table, not exactly what brings you joy. Because if you're waiting for what brings you joy, what will bring food to your table, you may never have it, and you go hungry anyways. So you have to focus on what brings food to your table, regardless. But something that brings food to your table can eventually bring you joy. You might not enjoy the work or the job at the beginning, but somehow,
Then along the line.
working on that role over and over again may eventually, make you enjoy the job. And so one of the lead causes of stress at work is you're doing what you don't enjoy to do. Is that true? Like maybe you want to be someone who wants to work in oil and gas. And the thing is, they make it look like in all of these very profitable careers do not come with stress. But that's a lie. That's false. Even if you have the best of all jobs, they all come with stress because you're there to perform a role. You're there to meet your employers, goal. Oil and gas even have the biggest. These are careers with high NI, and they expect you to bring so much to the table.
Yes.
So if you're looking at high-end careers and saying that yes, this is kind of job, when I have this job, then I will have joy. I will not be stressed. I don't believe it. I've heard somebody say I work in oil and gas and I was stressed. She goes on vacation every weekend. This one don't be saying bobo. Like she goes on every Friday. The moment she's dropping, saying bye at work, she's joining a flight to the UK. because there's money. Going to relax for the weekend and return again Sunday. And eventually she just left the job saying, me, I can't continue like this. Stress is too much. There is money, but the stress is too much. So this is me, contradicting this point that people say until I find a job I enjoy before, I can be stress free. But I tell you, even when you find the job you enjoy, it still comes with stress because there are roles to be performed, there are expectations, there's something you have to meet. You have to meet the goals of your employer, even if you're self-employed, you're the entrepreneur in this. In short, I think there are, the challenge is even more double for you because now you're the employer and the employer at the same time. You are working for your business and you're working to see your business grow. So you're an employer and you're also working under that business too. So I believe that.
Yeah, I feel. I don't know. In my own opinion, I think we should separate laziness and stress because.
So some people feel some people is laziness, but they think it's stress.
But they think it's stress. Yes. You know why? If you notice something here in Nigeria, they'll be like, okay, people that work here will be like, the work is stressful and I'm earning. But when you go abroad, you do this kind of jobs that earn you more. I know. If you look at it abroad, the work. If you look at most, I think the statistics, right, shows that Nigerians, we are more hardworking, you understand, abroad than even their own citizens. You understand? We are hardworking. So we should differentiate between stress and laziness. People that are very wealthy, okay, you are talking about the work is. Do you know rich people? We are talking about the top class people. Most of them do their meetings around like 12. They don't sleep just to be where they are. Do you understand? So if you are not in that position now and you are not sleeping, you are having sleepless nights, your company is big. You understand? You are working around, you have people that are calling you, always calling you, okay. You understand? You have a very big company now. Do you think you would call that stress or you are just being lazy? Because I mean, you'll be surprised this work she's doing to another person's mind, there might not actually be stress. You understand? Compared to some people that are doing hard labor, hard jobs. You understand?
Those should be
you are in the office.
Yeah.
You are in the office. You are in the office. You are under AC. You have everything there. You are earning a good pay. You have a car. You fly abroad. And you are calling that stress. Look, like I said, people should differentiate between stress and laziness. Because if you want to be big, if you want to have it, people that actually make it in life, they don't. If they were lazy, they won't be where they are today. Because let's be very honest, you'll be like, it's stress. Sometimes there are some things I will do. I'll be like, it's stressful. But sometimes I'll sit back and tell myself, it's not stressful. I'm the one that is lazy. You understand? I'm just being lazy about this. Then compared to someone, when I tell someone, this is my workout, they'll be like, why you are chilling now? I'll be like, it's well, I'll not hear that. This is no. I'll be like, mine is. I'm just being lazy. Left to us, we just want a situation whereby we'll sit down, money should just be coming in. We'll not do anything. That is just humans. So we should differentiate between laziness and stress. You understand? So that's just it.
But somehow we get stressed. There are moments where you have to work 10 times harder sometimes because of the bulk of work before you. And then you realize that this is a lot. Like on a normal day, I don't get to do this kind of work.
Very true.
Yeah, so this is a lot to do. At that point, you know that this is maybe stress. I know there's this you just saying that they say, okay, you don't stop because you're tired. You stop because you're done.
You're done.
So these are the points where you understand that yes, I have to finish this work, not because I'm tired, because if I am tired, I am tired truly, and I have to leave this work. But I don't want to leave it because I'm tired. I want to be sure I get it done because I want it done. And then I can talk about the stress later. And coming to our Nigeria situation, a lot of things usually cause us stress aside work-related issue. Issue of insecurity can cause you stress. It's outside of work.
Yes.
And when you don't have peace of mind, it's something that stresses you up. So, for someone who, you have encountered attacks over and over again, communities like this, people get stressed. Look at the Yawata situation. The residents in that community said they don't want to return back. They prefer to stay in camps, in IDPs, instead of going, because they are stressed. Because the insecurity is not giving them a
Going
moment,
from one place to another,
no calm, no rest, no
yes.
peace. So that is, one of the contributing factors in our country. People are stressed. The insecurity situation is stressing you out. You're traveling over 5 hours, and you're praying that nobody shall attack this way. Nothing. No, people are stressed. That is a normal stress out of work.
Yes.
You just feel stress within you, and this will generate into some other form of illness. Because when there's this constant fear, constant stress, constant fear, and then you are just being disturbed. Something is just disturbing your mind. It will make you can suffer mental illness, because all of this is still, it will tell on your body, because when your mind is not at rest, your brain, everything is not at
affect
rest.
your mental health. Yeah.
And you are a low income earner. Tell me, there were times when you earn 100,000 naira, you feel like a king. You go ball, say, guys,
I'm not in this.
let's eat anywhere, let's go and enjoy. But now you earn 100,000 now. You're thinking of how you're going to survive with this
If
money.
we move 1,000 naira,
Because you
I
go
have a
to
parents.
with 100,000 now.
you go, especially feeding. Feeding is one of the biggest thing we spend money on.
Yes.
People don't understand this. People will say,
Yes.
my rent. Which rent? Rent. You pay rent
Rent
once.
once.
If you
Once
have
you
money,
feeding,
but
those
feeding,
little
yes.
things you are buying every day.
You eat 365 days, 2 times or 3 times, regardless
yes.
of whatever ration you are following. Either it's 001 or 101 or
101.
111. These days, I heard somebody say, "Who does 111?"
Yeah,
you
it's cancel.
Like where? What?
111.
Yeah.
111.
Yeah, they do one.
Breakfast.
If they do
lunch.
111.
You dey do 111.
I like
This
food
one
though.
I don't
I like
know.
food though.
So these are the things that causes stress. And when you see, people coming out to talk about their frustration, we think they are doing too much. You go on the internet and somebody will come and cry and say, "No, I'm going through this, I'm suffering." And people say, "This one is looking for self-pity." They
Yeah.
can't take it anymore.
At all.
It is stressful. When I was 7, I was earning 19.8. When they pay 19.8 like this, we will buy egg. Egg was 15 naira, 10
Yes,
naira.
no.
I go fry raw egg. My roommates could come around and say, "Fuke, we no dey sleep for this room this night," because trouble fit enter. So all of this can actually make you feel at ease with yourself. So when we talk about insecurity, cost of living, all of these things, they contribute to your stress
It's the
level.
cost of living.
Cost of living.
This is one of the factors that make a lot of people, you hear someone committed suicide, it's because of the cost of living. Look, when you are in a country where you cannot, it's like you have money, but it's like you don't have money.
Yes.
Sometimes you just sit down and be like thinking like, God, what is all this? By the time you spend money on food, let's say you bought food stuff, your money has gone.
Yes.
Utilo. You understand? So cost of living is what actually affects. And now imagine a family now, you are a family man, and you have to take care of your family. And what you are earning is not. Sometimes it can get frustrating. Not sometimes, it gets frustrating because it's like what you are earning and the way the things are expensive. How do you cater for your family? How do you understand? So,
And do you thinking alone affects that person's
yes,
mental
of course,
health?
of course.
And that's why this gap between the poor and the rich, leaders and the masses. Sometimes they think we're overdoing this thing because of how we talk about it. You don't have to think about buying gas in your field because an allowance is covering it. You don't have to think of electricity. There is electricity in your house 24/7. Government house, lights no go dey government house. Why it come the government house? So just look at that. See, yesterday our leaders were in Katsina, and we're told over 139 flights flew into Katsina. Look at the cost. Either they're private or commercial, whatever, and all of them will not walk with their legs. You know,
That's
they
all.
still have vehicles that will carry them from, you know, the
From
airport,
the airport to
Katsina State airport to wherever they're moving there. So all of these things, you really don't bear the brunt. I'm not saying, you know, people in our position really do not come to this level where they feel the stress, but for people down, it's like a double portion, you know, because you're waking up in the morning, you're already stressed out. You're already stressed up about what you're going to do. You're already stressed up about how you're going to manage yourself through the day. You're already stressed up about how today is going to end.
Yes.
There's always that, you know,
Yes.
feelings of concern, and you are stressed up. Even when you have a good thing, a good job going for you, and you know, even your pay, maybe your pay gets you to the end of the month, but you're stressed that how will you continue like this? If you leave this job, how are you going to survive?
Exactly.
Because the moment you leave that job, there is no payment again. So you're back to ground zero. And the thing is, people usually call this living from hand to mouth.
Yes.
Because it's just a salary. If that salary is not coming, you can accept you have other side also. But if it's just that salary, you're not even trying to maintain well. It's living from hand to mouth. You can't even think of investment, except if you are this person who is very big on, let me go on hungry stomach and then invest on something. And invest on something
do the
little.
001.
And all of that. Yeah, so you have to pay a cost. You have to pay a cost here, you know, just to feed other of your ambition. So people are usually stressed, and they think, you know, the masses are overdoing it, but that's not true. Now let's move away from all of the concerns of stress and how we can, you know, manage stress. How can we manage stress? We cannot, we cannot continue, or let me say, we cannot talk about this, to overemphasize, while we will not at one point or the other, you know, face this. But how can we manage stress? You know, they always say that name people, places, or things that brings you joy is one of the things we should focus on. Because if you make money, if money is the only thing that brings you joy, or more, your stress no go end. Your stress no
Because you
go end.
keep working,
Yeah.
working to get
Yeah,
that money.
so you have to find things that are not material and money related that brings you joy. So what are the things that are not material or money related that brings you joy? Find something like that. If money brings you joy, that money go eventually end you, because money should not be your source of joy.
Sure, yeah.
If money becomes your source of joy, you will be constantly stressed. Even for a rich man who makes millions and, you know, bulk of money, if money is your source of joy, you'll be constantly stressed, because you're saying that container, you don't land. They don't pay, they never pay. Now going to trouble. You can't sleep.
Yeah, you
that
can't-
container don't land.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do anything, because you find that money as a source of joy.
Yes.
So they say, find something that's not material.
Are you
that's
play
not
game
money.
now?
Game is your source of source of joy.
It depends. If you are someone that just, you know, some people use video games to relax. You know, after
But can that be a
stress.
source of joy?
Source of joy.
Something that keep your spirits afloat while you're going through all of this stress.
Let's look at social support from friends, family.
Okay, that can be. I don't know.
Maybe if
Friends
they know-
continue to support you.
But still, maybe
Support in what
once in
way?
a month.
Money.
No, must it be more? That's what Funke is saying now. Let's say, okay, this person is sure, okay, maybe ending of the month, let's just go out, go to bar.
Yeah, we show up for you. I
Yes.
come bearing good things like food. See, friends, listen, oh.
That tray of food.
Yeah, they're
He
coming
said,
to
just let me
visit
give
you.
it
They
to
come
her.
handy,
Yes.
and then they just come show up for you.
Gist about
There are
their
moments when
week,
you're
the
down
work
that-
and
I will play
everything.
game.
And
Play
that's
video
it.
games.
There are
Not
moments when
only
your
you
friends
that you're
show up.
playing video games. Okay,
So-
while playing the video games, they are gisting about live work and everything.
Yeah, so my father used to say this: when you've not seen somebody for a long time and you're going to see them, don't go empty-handed, because you don't know what you're going through.
Yes.
So at that moment, you might just be a lifesaver. I'm not saying empty your bank account to show them you are doing
But
it.
little
Yeah, just
things.
get
Little
something.
that you can
Yeah,
help
little.
with.
That will just show them, guy. Some people say if you don't be saying, God, don't finish them. You just show up with something. You'll be like, guy, what thing they find for this house? Is that thing in your head? They're eyeing it and saying, you brought this for me.
Or they
None of
enter your
that.
kitchen and they
Yeah.
met empty kitchen. Oh, guy, what happened? Let's go out though.
So, you know, just always
Some
show
from
up
there.
for people. I think this can be a source of joy for you to manage stress. So what's
Mm.
other thing? Families. Some of us don't check on our families often, and it's not a good one.
Mhm.
They might not be demanding money from you, especially the bachelors. They tell you, I don't want to go home. I don't want to call my parents. You know, when I visit, I spend more money. But you don't have to visit.
It's
You
not
can
about-
call.
yeah, yes.
Put a call through to them. Give them the little you have to support them. It's a
Sometimes
source of
it's
joy.
the other
Even
way
if you
around,
don't
though.
have,
Sometimes
even if
you
you don't
don't.
have, at
Sometimes-
least call them. From
No,
there, you
but
know,
sometimes
you
it's the other
talk,
way around.
parents to children.
The family,
discussion.
the parents are the
Mm.
ones that actually like, okay, send accounts, send money. You understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes you will not, you know, you might be going through some phase, you understand, and you don't want to call home. You don't want to, you understand, because you feel like, okay, like as a guy you are a man, and
Yes,
as a
yes,
bachelor you don't
yes,
understand.
yes, yes.
But you know, parents are parents.
Mhm.
They will just like, okay, they will know something is wrong.
Yes.
So just
From
decide
even
to
from
say, you
how
understand,
are
decide
talking
to
them,
support.
yes.
So sometimes it's not always like sending to your parents. Sometimes your parents can actually be the one to help.
Yes.
You understand? In terms
Yes,
of
yes, yes,
in
yes,
terms
yes.
of need. So and doing that will just elevate your spirits. You'll be very, you understand, happy and all this. And sometimes food stuff. You might still, you might not have food stuff. Your mother will like,
Did you say
I've
how
sent,
to stop?
you understand? So
I've
it's
sent this.
okay, just like the time when I came here for like to Ocean State, you know, I was new, living alone, so I decided, okay, let them wave you. My mom sent food stuff. I was happy. You understand?
Yes, now.
It's elevated. So
Because-
this also can also help with stress. You understand? Family, checking up on your family sometimes.
Conversations. Yes.
Yeah, and stepping up your game. So we
Mm.
always find ourselves in this place where we think, this is all I can do for
Mm.
life. This is all I can do. You know, this is all I can become. But I've learned, you know, this what's this? This person who created all of this online betting platform, Akin Alabi, mentioned that you see those things you're afraid to do. That's what you should be doing, because it might just be a way to elevate you from that place of not being content with yourself that constantly stresses you. It brings you to a place of, you know, your next level. Like you say, oh, people tell you, and you're good at, you know, writing and then, you know, putting out stuff there. You should write a book. Say, oh, no, me, I can't write a book. Or I don't know. I don't have what it takes.
Yes.
But write that book. It might
Yeah.
just be one thing that Chimamanda is writing a book for a living, and she's internationally known.
Yes.
So somebody will say writing a book. There is no career in writing a book, but someone is making career out of it and is internationally known all across the world. She goes to speak, people pay for session and all of
Yes,
that,
yes.
and then she goes for book signing. So it might just be you coming out of this comfort zone of this is what I enjoy doing. Do the things you do not enjoy doing that you know you can do
Yes,
to
and
get you out of this place of content. Sometimes we are overly content
Yeah.
on things that
Content,
we can do better. So bring yourself out of this. I'm content with this kind of life. You know, push yourself again to do something extraordinary. So it brings you out of this place of stress, because when you're trying something new, there is this joy you feel about it. That,
Yeah.
I don't believe I can do something like this.
Exactly.
And then at that point, you know, you will drop the stress behind you and just focus on doing that thing, because it's like you coming to a new realm of yourself, trying to know yourself better, and even becoming a better version of yourself that you never knew of. And then this will just help propel you to, you know, another, you know, level that you would never have thought that you would come to. So I'd say this: the more the world gets, you know, worst. Look at the time of pandemic. You know, some people discovered their talents.
Yes,
Some
yeah.
people build on their careers.
Yes.
These were trying times that we should all be hiding under our pillows and crying. But people decided to take that trying times and the tough times to
Yes.
put it into something. And
People
now
made content
Yes.
and they made a lot of money
Yeah.
from it. Just-
Classes.
Yeah.
they found how to even solve people's problem during the pandemic, and now they are building on these successes. So I think another thing is, when you find yourself in this constant, you know, space where you're stressed, there's trouble, I think it's just a message to self that you don't belong here anymore. You have outgrown this place. But some people don't understand that they have outgrown that particular place. That's why you don't find contentment in that thing again.
Yes,
You
yes,
outgrow it. Same May Atafo was working in banking industry, making all the money, wearing the beautiful suits, and he decided that instead of me now buying people's suits, let me start making the suits. He left the job and started focusing on fashion. Now the big celebrities, they buy his clothes. Me, if I have to buy, maybe I will save by 10 months salary and do that. So I'm saying sometimes, you know, the stress is just like a message to you to bring yourself out of that situation and understand that maybe you have outgrown this place and move to the next level. It's just a message. Hello, good morning. You can call us back 081-3237-1268. 081-3237-1268 before we go on the show this morning. So I think there is that place too when you know you just constantly find yourself. Hello. Hello. Hello, good morning.
OLUWAFUNKE.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I say you've become a therapist for stress.
Oh yeah.
Running.
So
I can't help it.
if you open, you know, if you open an office, people will come.
They will
I have-
come.
I have a book right now in front of me that says How to Boost Your Energy by Shami Shuk, an Indian. He's actually an engineer, but you know, with all the experiences in his work, he wrote a book as How to Boost Your Energy. You know, stress is very important. This woman group for today is very important. You said something about writing. Even in writing, you have stress. They call it writing bug, where you just find out that you can't write it. You just sit down on your table, on your table, and you can't write anything. The advice you are giving is just leave whatever you are writing, and take a free, just walk around, walk out, or do some exercise.
Yes.
With what we have in Nigeria now, stress can be in any form. It can be in the office. It can be, you can be stressed as a student. You can be stressed, as a worker. You can be stressed as a, what do you call it? You can be stressed as a pastor, or whatever the situation. What the advice really, is just that you should leave whatever you are doing and do some other things to, lessen the energy you use for whatever work. The essence of removing stress is to increase energy so that at least the output can be, something worthy of doing. So this human for today is very important. Most especially in today now where money does not do anything. Money does not buy. Whether if it is home keeping, whether you don't have money or what, whether it's just, at times that's why you see some people, go into whatever they have. You can go into swimming, you can go into watching, just go out, visit a friend. I can come there to the vicinity and just look around to see Paul. So stress is very, getting rid of stress is very important, and we should inculcate it into our system. That's why the government said if you work, you should have vacation. As you people are there now, you should work out things that will make you increase your energy for work. Increase your energy for work. I don't think there is any hotel there that has swimming pool or any zoo or any something. For example, now some students you can just leave in most places when we were in school, most people spend all their time in cold room reading. I don't know, we have zoo, we have places to visit. So stress is very important. It's a good thing you have discussed today. And I pray. And at times when we don't take care, it feels so. Daniel, we pray that God will, we pray that God will lead us and guide us to that at least we will enjoy our life to the fullest. God bless you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you. God's good from Elisha. This is where we get to wrap it up on the show this morning. Thank you for joining us. So try and manage your stress. Take time out and enjoy the things you love to do. But sometimes I think stress is when you're constantly stressed over something you do, a routine or something you do regularly. I think it's just a message telling you that maybe you've outgrown this thing. Try something new, and it might just be you coming to, share more light you carry with the world. Let the world see the light you carry, because there are a lot of gift and talent deposited in us. Some of us don't even, put these things to use. 1% of our talent is what we're using when we still have the 99. So put them to use, and you'll be surprised. But the most important thing is manage stress, because some of these things might seem so little. Eventually, it might cost you your life. So you have to find a way to manage it before it becomes something that is life-threatening to you and your family. Thank you for joining us on the morning show at OLUWAFUNKE station, listening to 95.3 FM. Okay, it's time for us to go. I'm OLUWAFUNKE Israel.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on the show. I'm Aisha Ibrahim, and remember, stress is not always bad, but it is the way we respond that matters. Yes, it is the way we respond to it that matters.
Word. Yeah, and I am Paul Etek. Do have a lovely day.
Yeah, do have yourself a great day. Producer of the morning show is Abdul Fatai. You are join us same time tomorrow. Bye for now.